Hey Libra Collective, what's up, y'all? Welcome to the channel. Welcome back. If you've been here before, let's get into your reading. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Flip the roles if you need to. Could be past, present, or future energy or someone else around you. I'm picking up on. Let's get to Archangel messages to start your reading as we head into a new week. What are your messages? Brilliant idea. Who else had this? Ooh, I don't remember. Was it Aries? Anyway, it says Archangel Uriel. Yes, your idea is divinely guided. Please take action to bring your idea to fruition. And y'all know this is the Ace of Swords, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini energy. So what are you thinking about doing? It could be in any area of your life. Spirit is saying go for it. It's a good idea. Okay. Let's see. You got clarity about something. The truth about something. We have mediumship. Oh, some of y'all might be into divination. You might be psychics. You have the ability, the natural ability to connect with departed loved ones. Some of you might be thinking about starting some kind of medium psychic business or something. Maybe divination. It could be tarot. It could be anything to do with talking to departed loved ones. And then maybe other people frown upon that. Me personally, I don't get into that. But if that's your thing, that's your thing. If that's your gift, that's your gift. Because I don't judge other people's gifts, and I'm not superficial and silly. So I don't talk to deceased loved ones or departed loved ones. But if you have that ability, if you have that gift, go for it. That may be something you're considering doing, starting a business like that. Maybe to help people heal. We got to figure, like, sometimes as human beings we judge other people for things we don't understand, but you have to think about this. Sometimes that's the only way people get closure, and there are people who really can do this and help people to heal and get closure to a situation so they can move forward without their loved one being in the physical world anymore. We got to stop judging each other just because we don't understand. Let's get some general messages. We have take a much needed break, Libra energy. And then we have do it. Go for it. I told you, take a leap of faith with this brilliant idea. Okay. So some of you need some rest. Somebody could be recovering from surgery too, because the Ace of Swords can talk about surgery and the Four of Swords can talk about recuperating and recovering from surgery. So some of you may have needed surgery, and you may have gotten surgery recently, or maybe thinking about getting surgery. You may need it, and you're going to be getting it and then recuperating from it. Why would I write in red pen on a pink card? That was really silly. It's probably this lighting that's making me not be able to see. But we have Aquarius and Libra, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius here, Cancer, Gemini, and Virgo. Yeah. It's time for you to take a leap of faith and go for something. The path is clear for you to do something here. But I feel like this take a much needed break. We're going to see what that's about, because that might not have anything to do with like physically taking a break. But we'll see. Stop living in the past. Your present and future selves need you more. Don't waste time focusing on what's ended. Live in the moment. You have more living to do. Okay. So there may be somebody you need to put on ice here, a relationship, a situation you need to put on ice. For those of you where this could be related to your health, I'm hearing spirit say focus on your healing. Stop living in the past, meaning I don't want to sound insensitive, because if you're dealing with a health issue, that's hard, but maybe what spirit is saying here is that, you can't do anything about what has already happened, what is happening. Only thing that you can really focus on is how you're looking at what's happening now and moving forward. If you have an illness, I want to encourage you. And I'm not trying to be like preachy about this, because that's hard. It's really hard when you're dealing with not feeling well, when your health is failing. What I will tell you is you are so powerful. You are so powerful. And what I want you to do is to look at stories about people who have healed themselves. And you can have a terminal illness. I'm not saying this to suggest that you can look at a video and blink your eyes twice and be fully recovered. What I'm saying is your optimism, your attitude about whatever you're going through, whether it's illness or not, it really does have a bearing on how you cope, how you get through it, and how you feel as you go through it. Also, it can change the trajectory of whatever you're going through. So try to look into, I don't know what it's called, but this is a thing where people kind of think and talk themselves into being healthier and healing. I don't know what it's called though. No, is it manifestation? I don't know, but And yeah, Spirit doesn't want you to focus on what was or what could have been. Spirit wants you to focus on what is and what will be. Yeah, it says you have more living to do, so you're not done. What is this thing that Spirit wants you to go for? For those of you that story may not resonate with, but I know some people are going through things, and we have take a step back to move forward. It's time to release something or someone you've been chasing or craving. It's holding you back. So Spirit wants you to move in a new direction. This could be a relationship. All of this could be a relationship. Take a much needed break. Take a step back. Stop living in the past. Do it. Move forward. Leap of faith. Okay. Maybe you need to develop strong boundaries with someone. That's your energy as well. Cancer, Virgo, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Let's put these cards over here out of my way. Okay. Let's move to your money, career, and finance messages. Oh, look at that water. I'm looking at this girl. She's on a vacation on a vlog. I'm not really looking at it, but I looked up at the screen and that water was so pretty. I think she's in Phuket, Thailand. That water was so pretty. Okay, let's see. 2 messages and 2 clarifiers for your money. We have the 9 of Wands and we have estate planner. Oh, are y'all dealing with somebody? Is somebody terminally ill here? What is going on? Mediumship, talking to people who are departed. Some of y'all could have recently lost someone to like a terminal illness or something. Why am I picking up terminal illness? What is going on here? Okay, service and military. Somebody could be, wow, we got the wounded warrior going into service and military. Somebody could be in the military here or a veteran. Your loved one who's departed might have been a veteran. Okay, so let's get into this. So we have the 9 of Wands, Sagittarius energy. The other signs we have are Aries, Taurus, and Leo. I think that's it. So you can have any of those placements in your chart, or those signs could be relevant. Maybe a loved one, maybe even someone who's crossed over. But we have here that some of you, you might be tired. Somebody might really be sick. You could work in the work for the government or in a position of authority, some kind of religious institution or something like that. Defense jobs, protection, Social Security, police, FBI, whatever. So we have artistic or professional expansion is coming. Defense work, custom work, being a fireman, a fitness instructor. And fitness instructor? Y'all got to forgive me. I can't talk today. A fitness instructor. What is a fitness instructor? Financial trouble or distress, feeling like there's no way out. Spirit wants you to stay strong. Don't worry, it won't. It says, don't worry, it won't help. Look, what didn't I just tell y'all about worrying? Worrying about money and something is almost over. So look, you're close to success with this 9 of Wands. That's like the worst part of a situation is almost over. Some of y'all are really strong, is what I will tell you. You're a really, really strong person. And it's time for you right now to put mind over matter. Like I told you, we got the Emperor showing up here, the Hierophant. Hold true to your spiritual connection to God. Because you are very strong with the 7 of Wands. Like, you're very strong. You're strong-willed. You don't give in easily. Some of y'all been in a fight of your life, or you're fighting some kind of illness. I just keep feeling that. Or someone around you. We have a estate planner. It's important to prepare for the inevitable. Get an estate planner to go over your financial wishes for when the time comes. The last thing our loved ones need on top of grief is the stress of handling our posthumous affairs. Okay, so some of you could be facing some kind of terminal illness, and this could be what's really hard. That's hard. That's hard when you have to have these conversations. I'm an insurance agent, and I know people don't like to talk about it, but it's the biggest part of life. But we didn't have here in the spotlight Leo energy. So, and this is the 6 of Wands. The 6 of Wands talks about support, though. I'm not even going to read about it being in the spotlight. Some of you could be or have aspirations to be. I feel like I'm talking to some Libras out here who are dealing with either the loss of a loved one, or somebody who has a parent or family member or loved one who's sick and terminally ill, or it could be you. I feel like God is saying here with this in the spotlight, the 6 of Wands, that you have a lot of support, because that card is about support, people holding you up, people singing your praises. There are so many people who still rely on you, And I don't think you even realize you may be physically weak, but this person that I'm talking to is a very strong person, and other people actually gather strength from you. I will tell you this, like my sister and I talked about this when our father passed, and she was like, you know, sometimes when you have that loved one that's going through that and you watch them and they're trying to stay strong, she's like, you just don't know how much they really were going through personally, internally, because he tried to hide a lot of things from us. Our father tried to hide a lot of things from us, because you don't want your children to worry about you, right? And that's just the unselfish thing to do. So I really feel like this reading is very specific to a lot of you who are going through. This is making me sad. It's making me sad. I don't know. Maybe some of you recently lost someone. Somebody's sick. It could be you. I'm just sending you so much love because I definitely feel like you have a lot of support, whether you know that or not. And this could even just be your, not just be, but your spirit guides, your angels, the ascended masters, all of your spirit team, and the 5D that are looking out for you. I feel like you need to realize that you're loved and you're supported, even if you're going through the loss of a loved one, or a transition of your own. It's like I told my father, he when he had to face his mortality, and he called me one day and he just kind of broke down crying. I had never heard my father cry, and I really didn't know how to respond to it because it kind of caught me off guard. And I told him, I said, well, what I will tell you is this is not it. These physical bodies are a temporary place for us to play around. It's a playground for us. Who we really are, who we've always been, and who we always will be are children of God, and we are always linked to our higher dimensional selves. It's almost like that movie Surrogates. I always reference that movie Surrogates, or you can look at The Matrix. There's so many movies that kind of show you that imagery of like this being an avatar. This is an avatar. It's a suit that you're in. Who you really are, was animating this body, is who you really are. Right, 12 on the timer. But yeah, I feel like a lot of you, your gift right now, even with this coming out, I want to share this really quickly. For those of you who are dealing with an illness, you might be getting visits from people on the other side. I know sometimes people who have been close to me, or people I'm close to who lost people close to them, have said when they were nearing the end of their life, when they were around, people who were transitioning, they would notice that they would talk to beings that we couldn't see. It's happened in my family with my uncle, my aunt. My grandmother was actually basically in like a vegetative state, but even, I don't even know if I should call it that, but her eyes were still open and you could kind of still read the energy that she was looking at something, and it's like she was mesmerized by it. My mother witnessed my aunt talk to some beings that she couldn't see when my aunt was about to transition. And yeah, it's amazing. Like, we are amazing. God is amazing. Life is amazing. Death is amazing. So I just want to encourage you. It's hard. I know it's hard, but look at this. Pray until something happens. I'm going to leave that there because, yeah. And look, if you're getting any kind of diagnosis and people might be trying to tell you it's too late, they may be in charge, but God is in control. Their position of authority has its limits. Wow. I really feel very heavy energy. I gotta move on from this because I really feel heavy energy, y'all. I don't know what's happening here, but let's move on to your love life. That was very specific. That wasn't for everybody. So let's get into your love life. Hopefully we end things on a more, lighter note. Let's see. What's happening in your love life? I put myself before the connection. Okay. Somebody was being selfish. What's happening next that you don't see coming? Ego death. Okay, wow. So somebody's going through an ego death. Maybe all of that was about ego that I was channeling. Let's take it that way. Scorpio energy. It says growth, change, motion, movement, transformation, humility, and shedding old skin. All this death talk. Okay, so what's the challenge right now? Thank you, Spirit. We have karmic justice. Okay, so somebody's getting, whoever was being selfish is getting karma. That's Libra energy. I don't know if it's you or your person. What's the outcome here? I feel like somebody's been humbled. Unhappily ever after. Oh God. A vow they plan to keep to save face, but they secretly long for you in pain. So, oh my God. What is happening here? So there's a third party situation here. We have waiting my turn, patiently waiting. Aries energy, Sagittarius energy. Somebody's trying to get back on their feet. Somebody is in an unhappy marriage here that they're holding on to because they don't want it to look a certain way to the outside world. And they could have you waiting on the outside, or I don't know. But it says an ego death is coming, but the outcome is unhappily ever after. Lord, show me I put myself before the connection. Page of Cups. And the Knight of, I'm sorry, the Queen of Swords. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. This is Libra energy, the Queen of Swords. There's somebody here, I feel like, that took you kind of for granted. And I feel like you have your guards up now, very strong boundaries. Definitely, I feel like this person wants to communicate with you. They could try to come in and make a small gesture towards you, some type of text message, call, whatever. But I feel like you're guarded, and I feel like you're going to cuss them out. Queen of Swords is very direct in her words. She don't mince her words. She don't bite her tongue. She's fair, but it's like if you wronged her, she gonna tell you. So I feel like somebody could be apologizing, but you might not accept it. Maybe you will, but you might tell them to kick rocks. Okay? It could be a younger water sign or another air sign. Show me the ego death here. So they've been humbled. The Chariot. Could be a Cancer. Oh, I can't take all those. Somebody has overcome some kind of obstacles here. That's about success and overcoming obstacles. Somebody could have had some kind of toxic thing they were attached to with this ego death. It could be a thing. It could be a person. It could be anything. Oh, God, I just need one card. I'm going to take this one. They wanted to flip. Page of Pentacles with the Chariot. The Page of Pentacles can talk about relationship renewal, someone who still feels the same way about you that they always have, like nothing's changed for this person. They're still very much into you. Could be a younger Taurus, Virgo, or a Capricorn. This could be, again, I don't know which one of you ran away from the connection, because somebody could have come in like a conquest, could have just been a sexual thing, and then they just kind of disappeared, and the other person was kind of left hanging. I don't know. But why does this man have 3 legs? Oh, I'm about to say something. Some of y'all, if you had a sexual connection with this person, maybe they got 3 legs. If it's a masculine, y'all read between the lines, because I want to keep my channel monetized. But that's just interesting. Why does he have 3 legs? That's okay. Well, I don't know. I don't know what that means. I guess I would have to look at the book that came with these cards and see if they explain why this character has 3 legs. I mean, I know that the Page of Pentacles is ambitious, maybe overly ambitious is what that's trying to say. It takes 3 legs to cover the ground that they're trying to cover. I don't know. Anyway, but somebody could have, just as a sidebar, recently graduated. This could be a figurative or literal graduation, because like I said, this is overcoming obstacles. Somebody could have graduated to the next level with this ego death. There has been a transformation for someone. I don't know if it's you or your person. But it's like somebody wants to overcome whatever has been going on. But it just takes another turn for the worse here. I don't know what's going on. I want one more for that, because I'm so confused. Because the Page of Pentacles talks about a young person, actually. What is this one? What's this Chariot? I'm so confused. The Chariot is the Empress, Taurus, Libra. It could be you. Somebody has been manifesting. You got 2 cards with manifesting. Somebody's been trying to manifest you, or you've been trying to manifest someone. What's the Page of Pentacles? The Moon. It's so vague and uncertain here. Somebody got secrets and illusions and fears that block this connection. Somebody needs to overcome their fears in order for this to manifest. There's love here. There's potential here, but somebody got fears. Somebody could have children with another person that could be blocking this, y'all. Let's go to this karmic justice as the challenge. What's the karmic justice? The Two of Wands. Yeah, somebody's stuck in a comfort zone here. That's the failure to plan for the future as a challenge with the Seven of Pentacles. Somebody is worn out. Somebody's been in relationships that have worn them out, and they're just like, I don't even want love anymore. We got Taurus. We have Aries here. Somebody could be on the cusp. Let's see. July the 3rd could be significant. July the 18th could be significant. March the 7th or March the 18th could be significant. February the 7th could be significant. That keeps coming out, February 7th. What's going on with February 7th? So yeah, this karmic justice is definitely somebody who feels like they are very careful about what they invest in. This person is like, I'm going to plan my way through things from now on. This person is definitely feeling worn out, possibly used in a previous relationship. Or this could be you. It could be you, the way that you feel. Somebody's worn out in love. And like not interested in investing in love anymore. Show me unhappily ever after. Nine of Wands, Sagittarius energy with the Five of Wands. Your person or you, somebody, could be a Leo, could be a Sagittarius. Somebody is trapped in a connection with either a Leo or Sagittarius, or like I said, you could be. I don't know how to read this. Y'all know what I'm saying. You could be connected to somebody who has another relationship with either Sagittarius or Leo. It says unhappily ever after, so they could still be married to this person. So all your whole reading just going to be triggering, huh? But this is like somebody getting tired. I'm getting sick of you don't never buy me nothing. Somebody's tired of somebody's crap. They tired of fighting with somebody. It's wearing somebody out. This is why this person is feeling like they don't want to invest in love anymore. They might feel like they're getting karma for something they've invested in or something they've done in the past. Maybe the way they treated people in the past and they settled down with the wrong person. Yeah, King of Swords. There's somebody here who has to make a head over heart decision. Y'all, I'm sorry for yelling in your ear, but this is driving me crazy. Okay, so the Ace of Swords, the Five of Cups, and the King of Swords. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, and Scorpio energy is here. So yeah, you got the King and the Queen of Swords. Some of you definitely, there's a married couple here. That's a headache. Somebody is married and it's a headache, and they're getting clarity. They know they need to cut ties with this person, cut this person off. It ain't nothing to cut that off. They need to cut somebody off. Because they're in a situation where they're unhappily ever after. It's like, why would you stay committed to somebody you unhappily ever after with? But that's it, y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. This is a very long reading. I'll see you all next time. Peace.